Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Intel Challenge here in Katowice. It is Ubinited versus Bad Monkey Gaming, and we are one apiece, all square, and the third map will be Inferno. So we've had a pretty dominant start from BMG over on Mirage. That was their map choice. Cash went very much into Ubinited's favor, both having very good T-sides. Inferno coming up, though, which really you would feel is probably favoring Ubinited, because it's more for the slow play than the speedy play that BMG seem to like.
I don't know. The best team in the world, I guess, is Swedish. And
very true.
And all that jazz. I don't know. I think this is BMG's game, if I'm not mistaken. I think this map is probably more to their style, maybe? I think the Cash is an American map, right? And, of course, we saw the Ubinited girls do really well. However, I think this is going to be one-sided. I think BMG are going to be very, very strong. We are going to go into the knife, so it will choose which side they start on. It is very important for this. Yeah,
they're all going to want that CT side, but we have seen teams posting some very impressive T sides here in Katowice throughout the ESL 1 major. And this is the first time we're going to see it in the Intel Challenge. BMG have actually come out on top a number of times in the knife, and it's looking like it might well go that way again. It's all your eyes on Zaz. She's all alone, being chased down. Does get one. Whoa, gets this. Well,
Zaz is such a hard carry. I swear to God.
He did exactly the same thing last time around. Clearly has a much better knife round than anyone else.
I think just Zaz is much better than everyone else right now, apparently. She's, don't get me wrong, your Potter started to step up as well in the last game, but Zaz just seems like she's unstoppable half the time. However, we are going to be seeing this one get started pretty soon. I'm pretty sure they're going to be... Ooh.
Yeah, they switched
Yeah,
it.
they are. They're going CT. That's good. BMG will be starting on the CT side. Ubinited will be on the T side. And I worry that BMG are going to get such a dominating lead on the CT side that we're going to struggle to see this come back even. But still, I could be surprised. I'm hoping to be surprised by Ubinited. They certainly have a lot of fans out there cheering for them. So here's hoping that they can put something on the board very early on, because we are into this, and already looking at the buy-up, it's going to be a big investment from both sides.
Yeah, Vilga tossing that nade down. It's going to be Vilga and Giuliano holding off on this B-side push. That smoke will do its work and stop this Ubinited push in its tracks. Giuliano got everything she needed there, all the information that they were pushing pretty heavy up there. And just looking at the hit points, you can see those grenades were on point, as well as those USP shots. Potter down to 5. Miss Harvey also 48, 49 for Goosebreeder. So a lot of Ubinited taking a lot of damage early on. However, one smoke was used. That has now dissipated. There is still another in Giuliano's hand, which should hopefully slow down this push for BMG.
Let's find out. Ubinited need to make this one count. These are the investments that we're talking about. Smoke and a Molly going to try and clear out the side, but waiting just on the other side of the smoke is Vilga. And Vilga does get one, but it's not enough. Goose breaks in, as does Die. And now the 3 CT players need to get rotating. 1 down mid, 2 through CT. But it looks like the T players are fairly well set up here.
Yeah, that double Molly. Big investment, like you say. This round absolutely has to work. Zaz comes around, hops onto the cart. Die taken very low. Will get dropped by Zaz, but a lot of damage done. 3 versus 3. Look at Potter. Actually going to lurk and hide in that corner. Wait for the defuse to come in. The defuse is ticking. Not going to be quick enough. Zaz on point in the pistol round. Gets herself a triple.
I think we need to nerf Zaz. Screw the Tech 9. Like that was 3 in 1 round on a retake. That's just unbelievable play that you don't see all that often. So BMG will be buying up 1 round onto their side, of course, opting for the FAMAS mollies and such, and they're fairly well off on this. T-side pretty clean on this one. I can imagine it maybe just an all-in push somewhere, 1 flash. So Goose might be on the receiving end of that. However, it's up second mid, cautiously, slowly walking it. And, wow, at the moment, they could be in a lot of trouble. 2 players waiting. There's going to be a CT arch push. Sonya actually fairly passive here, going to try and be careful with this. Does take down Die early on, and now the players push around, but Irene does support. This is just nicely played by BMG. The setup is so refined. However, Goose does break in. That's probably about the only silver lining to this, taking down Sonya. That was just clinically done.
Yeah, that was very easily done, but, well, it was FAMAS versus an eco, so they tried, and it just didn't work out. Ubinited, though, now on the 3rd round bite. Did go for that save. Didn't go for the Tech 9 push, which we quite often see in that second round. Instead, opted to save and go for this full AK spread. Head armor across the board. They're up against triple FAMAS here, so it's, you would put gun-wise in favor of Ubinited, but it's all about positional play. A lot of spam through that smoke, but nobody from BMG is going to fall for it. They're not going to show themselves around that corner.
No, they're certainly not. The aggressive Swedish side, BMG, on what we really saw in Mirage, I think needs a couple more rounds of the board until they start maybe considering doing that again. But for now, they're going to play it fairly cautiously, as are the T side, looking for that opening pick. They don't have an AWP to work with, so they will have to just forge this somehow. However, I think both smokes now utilized and used on B, so that will become an option. 50 seconds left. Ubinited now need to make something begin, get those smokes lined up. And, let's see where they focus them towards. Flash comes in. T side, wait. One smoke towards CT Arch, Irene backs. Nice little molly actually out in front of them there. Sonya now plays it quite passionately. Beautiful flash slowing them down, allowing Zaz to peek out, find Miss Harvey. Can she find any more though? Already crossing through, they didn't check pit. And it's going to give Zaz just an absolutely open shooting range to just destroy the T side. And Zaz, once again, reigning supreme here. Just played it well in pit, waited for them to pass, picked up the first, and those a couple of pop flashes here and there, just played it so well.
Yet another triple for Zaz, showing them how it's done from the pit this time around. So 3-0, good start for BMG, and that was a pretty much heavily invested round for Ubinited, which is going to force them onto this P250 round. Irene gets a good look across, manages to catch the angle. That grenade will be on point. Oh no, just caught the lamppost actually, didn't quite land. Miss Harvey does go down though. Sonya with the support, popped around. Holding on from that tunnel, trying to get an angle, but nobody from BMG is holding off. They're keeping that range that they need with these rifles. Goose Breeder, along with Dai, double peek onto Zaz, but she's not falling for that. It's going to smoke it out instead and hope that somebody pushes on through. Dim just on off mid, will try to peek around as soon as that molly burns itself out. Now it's gone. No smokes, remember. So this is pretty much open peeking throughout for Ubinited as they try to push out. Everybody going to be piling out. Boiler on towards quad. Zaz, though, holding the angle. They're going to go CT Arch side. That's straight into Sonya, who's sitting in moto, ready and waiting. Will have the angle. You can see Crosshair trained on Cubby right now. The second they come around that corner. Zaz gets one, though. Two come around from quad. Will get a second, you'd assume. There it is. Sonya does go down. Zaz drops back into pit. Vilga on the rotate. Does get tagged up very heavily. Giuliano in support. Will rattle off those AK shots. That's the bomb down on Speedway. And now just Dai, the last person standing, will get gunned down by Vilga. And it's another solid round for BMG.
Question is, will this continue? Ubinited last time were able to at least get some damage done, but so far they're struggling. However, they do get a buy now coming in, and it might be the first chance they can really disrupt, because they did go for that early buy, which gave them some limitations. But now they should have everything that they need to be able to get around on the board. Early smoke there, just stopping them being able to pass through. Good little nade actually catching Giuliano off. But Miss Harvey also receiving a hell of a lot of damage, so already Ubinited getting quite present on this banana area. As Vilga and Co will re-smoke. Flash comes through, not on to push. At the moment, 1 minute passed, and Ubinited still able to maintain a lot of what they've started with. Not overcommitting yet. And a lot of the smokes for the CT side are used up. However, they still have the mollies, they still have the flashes. And I can imagine that's what they're going to fall back on once the smoke clears. It looks like a B push is being at least formed to a degree. Bomb's being picked up by Spawn. Working back around to the bottom of mid. 40 seconds left. They're going to have to make a play of this soon. And there you go. First flash comes over. A little bit of a short flash there just to check if anyone's by those sandbags. So Miss Harvey will go for a peek. Not going to get it though. There's that molly in the way. 30 seconds now. Still flashes and mollies on the CT side being used to slow them down. They need to just get this execute going. The smoke should land by CT. It's all good to go. Now Giuliano gonna have to reposition, gonna go around towards coils. Vilga, we're gonna buy some time, but the molly comes in, pushes her out of place, but that flash again was on point, but Miss Harvey continues through and finds Vilga. Bomb sight in the hands of the T. Smoked off for now. Giuliano backed away earlier. Well, he's got one through the smoke, but the bomb is down and ticking. 4v4 here. T-side fairly well set up. Still have a lot of HP to work with. No one really down all that low, but here comes the retake from the CTs. Dim does get Sonya pushing in, and up banana. Irene goes for a wander. Doesn't get the connection ideal on towards Dai, and Dai actually went down. There now just 2 left for the CTs. And this could be the well-needed first round on the board for the T side. And there we go, finally get it. Potter and Goose will pick it up, even though the HP was so low towards the end there.
Yeah, good round. First one on the board for Ubinited. It was a lot of set play involved in that one. We are seeing heavy investment into those mollies once again. 4 mollies picked up for Ubinited, so we'll see if it's a B play once again, when they're going to toss them in there. It seems to be working well for them. They did try it in the first round, in that pistol round, and if it wasn't for Zaz's expertise with the pistol, it would have worked out, would have paid off, but it looks like they're going to try and take a sneaky peek up mid. You can see it's Potter that's trying to rattle those shots through that smoke, see if you can catch a head or two, but nobody is falling into that spray trick. Dai, though, with Miss Harvey's backup, is going to toss that nade. Nobody in boiler, though, so not going to get found out. Dai with the steps will have possibly got heard. I'm not too sure if anyone was close enough. I think Zaz was holding deep enough that she may well have just heard those footsteps. Irene, judging by the way she's placing that smoke, that's going to cover off mid, and someone popping out of boiler could well catch her by surprise. Miss Harvey's going to set this one up. This is going to smoke off the CT arch. And Irene may well be a little bit of trouble here. That's going to go beautifully, smoking off library as well. But Irene's ready, up close. Does manage to get one, but that's all the information they needed. Get that even trade and get themselves the information. That means BMG are already on the fast rotate here. Zaz deep in this pit, covering off. Just gets a glimpse of one. Knows that someone's going to be jumping out of apps. Does manage to take down Dai, but ran out of bullets with Dim pushing on towards her. Giuliano suddenly finds herself left with Vilga. It's a 2-on-2 with the bomb down. Potter and Goose Breeder sitting on site. They're moving in 2 by 2. Goose Breeder taken solo. That box is bangable, and they will manage to get it down. Headshot, though, will come in them off. Very well played by Potter. The experience paying off. Hold steady in the corner, even when her teammate's been shot at. Didn't poke out. And that will be the second round on the board for Ubinited.
Impressive work as well, showing that not only B was it wasn't a fluke, it was something they certainly can do and achieve on towards A with that nice little bit of play at the end by Potter. Picking up the 1v2, and it will force the CT side to have just pistols, so 5-7, a grenade, P250, nothing too much. And we've seen them turn these ones around before, so I don't want to read too much into it, but they do have so little, and the T side have so much to make this one happen. So 7 rounds in, still don't feel like anyone's started to break out too far ahead. BMG only with 4. Ubinited claiming the last 2 back. That's not really helping motivation and bank, obviously.
5-7s and P250s. It's certainly possible if they can catch somebody out up close, which you can see Giuliano and Vilga are going to try and do. They've got the double grenade set up. They are the only 2 nades they have, and they're just hoping that maybe they can catch somebody out, bounce them around that wall, and drop a couple. And well, the way Ubinited are setting up, these are going to be set smoke plays, so this is going to be a B-site execute. So those nades, they may well be successful here.
Maybe.
Giuliano's going to peek. Yeah, she's going to get the information. That's all they needed. They back straight up. The rotate's already going to come out. No, nobody's actually rotating for it. Sonya does get caught out. She was the one that was rotating. Giuliano, though, Vilka hopping through the flames, trying to get back to new box. One on first box. Giuliano will find one with that 5-7. Won't get a second, or will she? No! With the back turned. Doesn't manage to land the head. Potter will get the bomb plant in. Now in this 4-on-2. Seemingly impossible task. Zaz goes down. Irene all alone with the USP. Will get smoked off. And this should be an easy pickup for Ubinited once again.
4-3. Ubinited finding their footing here, starting to actually warm up into this game. And Potter getting the orb. That's what I've been waiting to see if she was going to pick it up on this map, and she has, which is great. And we saw how much impact that had on Cash, whether opening or closing the round. I mean, you can find some form of that towards this one. However, it's still so close between them. I think BMG are just individually probably a little bit more well-rounded, but as a team, Ubinited are playing very well together. But this is a dangerous angle to be sat in here. One player tucked up by the bedroom. Could peek around anytime, and Goose, I'm not sure if is aware. It's Zaz as well. Zaz is going to be peeked though from the first. Going to expect the second push up. Oh, and Zaz dispatching of two back to back here. This is what I mean. As individuals, BMG can be so strong, but can maybe Ubinited find anything towards the other side? Maybe B is a possibility here. Still got the AWP there. Can open. Got a molly smokes. They've got everything they need still to be able to get in towards this. And here we go. Potter needs to get there, and there's a smoke. So already slowing them down. And it may actually cause them to reconsider things and even rotate.
I think she caught a glimpse of the elbow as well of Giuliano there. That smoke actually saving Giuliano's life, despite the fact it came out from Ubinited. But that fake, is it going to work out? You can see a semi-rotate. We do see Sonia halfway between, just sat there. But that smoke will give the information they need. Library covered off. Miss Harvey pushes through into Arch. Sonia is waiting around that corner, will catch her out, just using that pillar as cover. Now, quick rotate, change back around. Dim now with that molly will force Giuliano to switch position, but Vilga up close on that fountain, just sitting, hovering in the water. And now Potter with Yorp all alone in a 5-on-1. This has been a very solid defensive work from Bad Monkey Gaming. And that will be 5-3 now. BMG needed that one. They've been holding steady at that fourth round for a long time, and Ubinited had started to work their way back in, but that will give some good money for BMG. They're still sitting on a farmhouse though, so this is not perfect from BMG's defensive point for the CT side.
Well, let's be honest. The two-man pickup there was perfect to begin with, and it's normally going to give you the round. It would take something very special for it to not play out that way. And the T side are being so slow and so cautious. They're leaving very little room for error, but still, it's hard to predict that stuff. It's hard to expect these teams to push up and randomly do this, because it's something that these teams have done up until now. Oh, I think she just actually managed to miss in towards bedroom, if that's what she was aiming for. Zaz is awaiting, not actually pushing through on the other side this time. And pop flash over, doesn't catch anyone. And here we go, waiting. Zaz. Through the smoke, not going to give anything away. BMG being quite cautious about this, actually waiting so long. And they still maintain those mollies, which is so important towards the way they're playing. You can see them just holding the T-side, but then they go for these executes. Finally, the smoke will come in. One towards Pit, one towards Quad, I think, so going to force towards the CT Arch play, and actually Goose does pick up Sonia and going to really allow the T-side a little bit more freedom to push, but Irene tucked into the side. Last time this happened, we knew what Potter could achieve, but Irene this time finds Miss Harvey first, gets a frag there, follows up perfectly, and BMG doing the damage, but 2v2 now. Potter and Dim are going to have to pull something out of the bag that's fairly unexpected as the bomb is down, but look how low the HP is there.
Dim in Pit. Oh, that grenade's going to find her. Should land just off the side. No, it hit Graveyard, I think. I don't think it quite caught the round in towards Pit. Vilga's flash will go through. Potter holding the angle with that AWP, though. The second she shows, Vilga goes down. Now she's going to switch straight across the quad. Should find it. Potter doesn't land the first shot. Doesn't get the first chance of asking. Giuliano pushes through. But she knows she's got the other angle covered. Or, well, at least she thought she did. Dim was there. Checks the wrong side. Dim manages to pull out the round. A very close one for both these teams. Ubinited now get themselves the fourth round on the board.
Starting to really get themselves into the T side. If they make it to like 5 or 6 rounds, it's pretty damn impressive, and the chickens indeed are still present on the map. Glorious, glorious things after we had joining the lobby. However, back into this one, 5-4, round 10. I think BMG would have wanted more out of their CT side personally than this. They just seemingly got overwhelmed every now and then, but a very close map. Nice to end it on this rather than the one-sided 2 maps prior. And Zaz goes looking. Goose just around the corner. Both waiting for their moment here. Giuliano holding on towards that banana side. Ooh, did get a good bit of damage there towards Dim. Down to 30 HP very early on. Zaz waiting patiently. Actually gets the tag, not the frag, and Die will open up the apartments. Irene might have to adjust now or fall back towards maybe Quad. I'm not sure where she's going to go. They're a player down, but Irene evens the score on towards Die. And 4v4, it's going to be difficult for the T-side to make this advantage work for them.
You can see they're stacking out. A little unsure. Going for that slow play that, well, they've got the double mollies. It may well be another stack. And Giuliano has been hit a couple of times with those mollies. You can see Dim, she's in the set position to try and get that CT smoke out, just waiting for that smoke to dissipate. And this will be a B push. There it is, smoke goes out. Vilga and Giuliano holding back in dark and new box, or emo if the Americans are technically playing, which Ubinited are, is what they like to call that corner. But Miss Harvey pushes on through, checks out new box, catches the glimpse of the back, but will get covered off in the nice crossfire. Gooseberry though will come around, fires one, doesn't get the second. And BMG holds successful in the defense. They read this one this time around. They've seen those smokes coming far too many times.
Well aware of what's going on. Nicely played. And Ubinited even, sorry, excuse me, really struggling for cash. Maybe consider a Tech 9. No, P250's really not going for the Tech 9s with the armor, something we've seen on a regular basis now through most of the other games. Maybe just feeling the P250's certainly apt here, as Sonya gains great information early on, spotting out 4 to 5 players of the T side towards mid. And Vilga gets ready with the smoke, drops it down. It's just going to slow the T's down, who maybe just wanted to catch someone out or find an opportunity more than anything. But 1 minute left on the board. They're going to have to make a play, because surely BMG won't go hunting. Now they know they're on pistols. They don't want to give a gun away.
Yeah. Potter's going to try and peek. This is going to be a... Well, that smoke was perfect. It just stopped them there. We're going to rush through it anyway, and that's going to give Sonya plenty of time to cover them off. Irene from Quad will just mow them down. They do manage to get Sonya down, but it cost them 3 members. And Zaz, well, she's primed and ready on that graveyard, covering them off. Vilga does stop and hold the site. So Miss Harvey's little sneak play on B didn't work out. 7-4 for BMG now. They are starting to pick up the CT rounds, which you would expect coming into this one. Ubinited, they're going to be happy, I think, with 4 rounds already.
Finally get to see those Tech 9s that I was looking forward to, the mollies and the smokes. It looks like a B as well. 2 mollies, 1 smoke and a flash. It should be a B, I guess, but Sonya with the ult might just push them over to it further. And there are 2 players on B ready and waiting, and we've seen the impact that this can have. And ready, the T side will be Milano very early on if they keep pushing up this way. Molly going to be placed down right about now, going to slow down the T's. The execute's going to be difficult now, but smoke to follow. Giuliano gives herself the perfect prime position, gets 1, can't follow up. Miss Harvey with the take 9 comes through, but Vilga's nade. That was 3, followed with the 4th. That was just painful.
Gotta be happy when you get the triple kill with the grenade. The molly did all the work though, that was what they needed. Very successful defense, and that's how you stop Tech 9s. They can't rush you through when you've got burning and a grenade on top. But 8-4 the score, BMG. They are going to be up against AKs this time around, but Ubinited are going to want to try and pick up another round here. Try and get at least 5 or 6 on the board on the T side. So far, so good. But it has been 3 rounds now for BMG. Potter holding that angle. Sonya's peaked already and been triggered down to 42%. She's going to go for a second peek, and this time Potter does find the head, and that is the AWP down. That may well be the mid site opened up, and it could be where Ubinited want to go. Second smoke goes out, but they are 1 AWP down.
Huge deficit in these fun rounds. Every single thing matters here. Especially A is now slightly more vulnerable. You can see the T side looking towards those apps, slowly but surely taking over and getting themselves situated. Smoke will be lined up. 1 towards pit and deep smoke maybe towards library. I can imagine that dropping. And actually, it could be nice for a push through towards CT Arch if they fancy it. Just try and wrap around or gain control. I'm not sure where the end game is, but you can see the Molotovs and the flashes being put down to slow him. But this time going straight through. Irene on the bomb side, tucked in. Giuliano cannot see, but it doesn't matter. Irene's there holding firm. Does get 1 down, but not enough, and it's a 3v3.
Well, Zaz still in pit, but she will get finally taken down. Giuliano with Vilga rotated round to Quad. Will try and cover off, but Die once again in that pitch. She's going to get mollied out here. That's going to be on point and actually force her into the angle that Vilga is covering. Not quite, just teetering on the edge of it. Die will get the kill. Giuliano gets herself 1. Potter peeks around from the graveyard. And that is the 5th round on the board for Ubinited. Now they are starting to get a roll in. Any more from this is always just going to be a bonus for the T side.
Hey, it's game on now. If Ubinited to get 1 more, I think they're going to be pretty happy. 6 is pretty solid on the T on this map. I'd at least feel. And Bad Monkey Gaming, though, I still I think they're quite a dangerous side on their T side. We saw what can happen when they when they play as the individuals that they can be. They seem to shine a little more rather than depending on working as a team. It's a bit weird, but Zaz starting to maybe get a little anxious. He want to go for a walkabout. Doesn't get spotted, doesn't get seen. No one knows that she's there, I don't think. So she last time got a double last time she pushed up in towards bedroom, but now Miss Harvey and co. Waiting on the execute. Let's see what smokes they go for. 1 minute left and one not yet to be picked up. They're really not committing anywhere for some time. One Molly goes down. Smokes use. They're just trying to get all the smokes away from BMG basically, and it's doing them justice so far. And really, a 4-player stack for the CT side towards A is going to be interesting to see if they stick with it. As soon as maybe that push on B starts rolling, they might have to reconsider that player does rotate over, but it's going to be a cheeky push through. 2 players actually heading around towards CT Arch, and Sonya's on the receiving end. Miss Harvey doesn't check, and Sonya gets 2. That's just sloppy play from the T side. Yeah,
you got to check the cubby, check that little angle. It's always where someone could be waiting, just like Moto as well, further around, but Vilga will get taken down. Sonya still doing some great work. Gets herself a triple. Bomb plant from Potter on Grill. Could well be enough to keep them in this one, but 3-1 down. They will get one. Sonya burnt out, but Zaz comes around and rescues the round for BMG. 9-5 the score, so we move into the final round.
Bomb defuse. Fully completed, and once again, I just want to see the score overall of some of these players, because you've got to feel the BMG just depend sometimes on one player to just go so big for them, rather than the whole team. And look at the T side; their economy is absolutely screwed in this as well. They've got what, an AK, a Galil, a couple of Tech 9s, every smoke and nade and flash they'd want, but the rest is pretty much dire. So this should be a CT round. It should be a 10-5 scoreline, unless maybe a little bit of a reckless play comes out from BMG, but I can imagine they'll be playing this one smart, playing this one like they have been thus far, but Zaz actually goes hunting here. This could be a disaster, but no! Zaz recovers again, picks up the double, and Goose and Die are left in, well, nowhere. And, well, just dim left alive. And look at this, Zaz is just, it's literally like if Zaz pushes forward, she will just dominate everything in the path, time and time again, and it's not the first time that she pushed into apps either. Literally 3 rounds she's done this, and 3 rounds she's done incredible things with it.
Well, to get the ace and finish the half, you've got to be happy with that, no doubt about it. And she'd already gone aggressive. She pushed up the apps, got the 2 in there, and then just ran straight back down and gunned them down from above. And now 10-5 for BMG. Very good CT side. Going to be happy posting that score. So far in this tournament, we've had some very good first half performances from both of these teams. How will Ubinited respond? This pistol could be a tricky one for them. BMG historically seem to be coming out on top in this tournament when it comes down to the pistols, which has been giving them the problems. It's where they fell behind. Here we go though, second half, Ubinited on the defense on the CT side with BMG on the attack. We've got a lot of decoys coming out here. Let's see what strategy BMG go for.
It's going to have to be something pretty big here. BMG maybe wanted to pull this one out earlier. They want to get that ball rolling as fast as possible, but look at this play. 4 up, second mid. I think Goose might have spotted it, surely heard it at the very least, but Zaz is there, and Zaz once more takes down Goose and claims the apps as her own, as Miss Harvey is left in so much trouble in pit, surrounded and absolutely hammered down by the T side, and already that A side is in full control of BMG, and look at that, just about slipping away. Vilga does some beautiful work towards Dim, and this is just looking stunning for the T side right now.
One-shot pistol headshot there straight away. Sonya is coming round. We've got the Julius for Die. What she can do with them. Giuliano is just going to back away. Tag, immediate ding stove. Zaz will go down. Died get 1. Tries to get a second. Not going to work out. Now it is all on Potter, the captain. Not going to work out. And again, it's BMG that pick up another fantastic pistol round. 11-5. That is the exact start they wanted, and that's going to really put a bit of pressure on Ubinited here, because they could be looking at the 13-5 potentially before they start get going on the CT side. And that's going to put them really, their backs against the wall.
Sure would, and look at that scoreline, 20-7. 14-9 as well for Giuliano, and on the other side, Potter, Goose, Dim, Die, and Miss Harvey all playing okay, but no one really having the game of their lives at the moment, and they're going to try and make something out of this. BMG straight up mid, straight rushing, beautiful flashes, and in we go. Die goes down. Miss Harvey does at least get 1, but now left in an awkward predicament, kind of sandwich them in. She's going to go around the corner, but Giuliano's there with that Mach 10 and just rips her to shreds. But look at the T side. They are so low on HP. The CTs could do some work here.
There's one. Can it be a second? Yes, it will. That's CZ doing work, and now it's a 2-on-3 situation. Vilga also on 24 health. She's going to try and get the bomb plant in. And suddenly this is a serious situation for BMG. That flash will find its target. Vilga tagged away. The Galils have been picked up. Potter trying to get that one. Zaz will get one, though. Now she's all alone in pit. They know exactly where she is. They try and push her position. Oh, that tag landed as well. Dive very low. They're going to try and push on a situation. Oh, Zaz goes big once again. Gets another triple kill. And if there is anyone that can single-handedly carry a team through to the finals, it is absolutely Zaz. She is miles away from anyone else in this entire game.
Absolutely insane. There's nothing else to say. 12-5, BMG looking like they're going to close this one out if they keep this up. CT side left with so few options, a couple of pistols, and not a great deal anything else to work with. BMG know this. They're going to go aggressive again, straight up mid, pop flashing again, and just making it hurt. And Miss Harvey lurks behind. She could get something here, but Zaz in her way, and she does make it out alive, but for how long more than anything, as Zaz does take her down, and with 4 remaining, the site under control. BMG look like this is going to be a 13-5 score.
Yeah, this may well be a one-sided victory now that they've started to get these rounds on the board. Zaz, well, she's going to pop flash herself out there. Perfectly worked. Doesn't get the kill, though. Potter came round in support. Does manage to get the revenge. But Irene will manage to find that single head. And now Potter will go down. 13-5 the score for BMG. Dominant performance here on Inferno, the 3rd map of the game. Looking to reach that finals alongside CM Storm.
And they're looking like they're certainly on track for it. And let's see what Ubinited can bring. First time we're seeing on the CT side with at least a bit of a purchase beside them. Orb in play. Actually die running that rather than Potter. So something a little different. We didn't see that last time. Maybe just a little switch up. They feel that, you know, different map, different player. Feels more comfortable with it. No armor either, so Dyke heavily investing into this. Smoke down towards the library comes out. So maybe another CT on play. Going to put Dye in a very awkward predicament here. Going to have to back up, and Miss Harvey's completely cut off, and the T side will come flooding through. Dye does get one, Miss Harvey with another, and actually Ubinited kind of closing them in towards CTR, something that would work against the pistols, but maybe these guns make it a little bit more difficult. Miss Harvey, the timing is appalling. She just goes for the reload, gets it back to site, and now kind of surrounded on all fronts. We're going to see them start pushing in, but Goose supporting from pit leaves just Irene and Zaz in this one.
That is going to be Zaz going down. Irene left alone, and that's an expensive round. She had a molly in her hand as well. A molly in her pocket, I think it's safe to say, but a couple of them did actually. Unused, and that was a heavy investment from BMG. They can rebuy, but they can't do that again, that's for sure. Ubinited getting themselves, though, their first CT round on the board, and they're going to have to get many, many more at 13-6.
Yeah, so many left to go, and they got pretty close. They were in this predicament last time, and they actually turned it around pretty well and brought it back fairly even, but I don't know, I just feel it's going to be very, very tough. T-side surely not going to go for that fast play through mid again. It just didn't work. Now the CT side have guns and they can just lock them down.
Miss Harvey holding the quad. Worked out well for them in the last round. Sonia is going to try and take that peek around, but look at Zaz working away in. But Goose has this angle covered, although I think she might be looking at the angle of gun. I'm pretty sure she's peeking towards quad there. Now she's dropped, and now she's looking towards the apartments. Now she may well have an inkling that Zaz could well be waiting. Miss Harvey and Goose both around the pit, waiting to see if Zaz is going to try and push out here. Hasn't made any footsteps. Will get flashed out by a team, but that smoke's going to stop it dead. They knew something was up, but look at the rest of BMG. They're trying to work the way in towards the B site, which, as of yet, really hasn't been approached too much by BMG.
No, it really hasn't. BMG yet to fully try this one out, and remembering how they played the first time we saw them, even on the ecos around this side, they were absolutely incredible when they were on the CT side. So, interesting to see how they do it on the T. Nice little smokes and mollies go down towards the back of the site. The push is coming in. I think it's going to be them to receive. It is indeed. Oh, and that's perfectly played. And bearing in mind, Dye's yet to even show a hand in this matter, as just Irene stands. The crossfire was perfect, and to be fair to the T side, they did not stand a chance with shots like that landing.
Yeah, very well played by Ubinited. BMG started off well here, but Ubinited got themselves the second round in the bag on the CT side. And so far, now that they've got the rifles in their hands, they're actually defending pretty solid. Now we're down to a Tech 9 of just Giuliano. Everybody else going for pretty much a full eco. A couple of 5.7s in there as well. So it's really whichever weapon of choice you're going to go with. But Giuliano is possibly going to be leading the charge. Smoke's going to get lined up. This will be going over towards quad. So CT arch push likely to follow. That's covering off truck. So trying to take Miss Harvey out the equation as they pile on round there. Oh, straight into some blind shots of Miss Harvey. Straight through that smoke. You just need to aim the angle. Once you know where they're coming from, it's all too easy. Miss Harvey may well find a second. Vilga, though, will get the kill. That was that Tech 9 running on through. And she's collected herself an M4 in the process. Now, bomb planted. 2-on-3 situation. Can she hold the angle? Vilga gets a triple. She's going to have to go big, though. Gets herself a quad. Can she go for the penta? No! Didn't quite get the ace down. And Dim will manage to close it out. Get that defuse. It is 13-8.
It is, and that was obscenely close. The Tech 9, it's almost like it's overpowered. Who would have thought it? But still, 13-8 is the scoreline. CT side do get themselves a 4-buy finally to try and do a little bit more. T side doing what they can here. Gonna just they're pretty comfortable with money to be completely honest. 4K, 5K still in their pocket. So a fully built up round. Not gonna go for the AWP though. Not really seen it yet for BMG on the T side. And as you can hear, Dai picking that one up herself.
Zaz. She's been pulling her team through this one very successfully. Still sitting at the top of the board. A good, what, 8 frags clear of anybody else in the game. Of course, that ace that she managed to pick up was helping towards that. Here we go, flashing themselves out. Smokes on towards Arch. And this quad stack, well, it hasn't been working overly successfully for BMG, but they're going to try it again. The bomb was dropped just around the truck there. And again, Ubinited stacked out. 4-man defense all around the A site is going to be enough. Potter tries to peek. Wondering where she actually got tagged from. I think it was a teammate that just put some shots into her, but now she gets grenaded. Vilga and Irene, the last two standing. Goose pops around the corner, should find the back of Vilga. Will get supported by Potter. Vilga span around and got Goose, but it will be another round, and that is now 4 back-to-back for Ubinited. 13-9, they're closing the gap.
Yeah, once that economy was in their favor, they've been able to get everything they needed, and they're actually looking so much stronger on the CT side than the T. But let's see what BMG can bring now that they are going to be pretty much down to very little money.
Dai pulling out the AWP this time as well instead of Potter, who's obviously been holding it throughout. P250s all in the hands. They're going to rush on through. Potter with that M4. Not going to get as many shots as they'd like through that smoke, and this is going to be a quick push, but it's all being covered off. Giuliano will get one. Can Zaz try and get the second? He's going to have to go for the reload. Knows exactly where Dim is. Very low on health. Will get that down, but this bomb plant nigh on an impossible task with 3 members of Ubinited all collapsing in around. Going to go for the smoke plant. No, but that molly is going to stop that dead in its tracks. Did manage to pick up the AK-47. This is possible. It is Zaz after all. But Ubinited are playing this one cleverly. They realize who the last person is, and they're not going to try and rush the situation, force her down, and maybe risk a couple of those quick flick frags. Instead, though, Zaz has other ideas. Checks out the side. Will find Gooseberry. Now will manage to get it down. Now she's going to try and make tracks, but they already know where she's going. They're going to race her down, but she's going to get caught out on Speedway, surely. This will switch around. Oh, the pistol! Hunter Dai completely caught her off guard, and now we're into a one-on-one situation. She's already got a triple. She's just got 5 health left. Miss Harvey versus Zaz. Probably the 2 of the most known players on these teams. Bomb plant down for Zaz. And now Miss Harvey has it all to do to try and get this retake. But Zaz, she has to find some sort of angle that gives herself this advantage. Ooh, that flash coming in. It will blind out Zaz, but she still has the angle. Miss Harvey, she has to check all the corners. She has to check the site. She goes for the defuse. Zaz waits and tries to wait her time there. ticking. She's going to come around. She's going to get it, and she should be able to hold the defuse. Has she got enough time? I'm not too sure. It's going to go right down to the wire, but Miss Harvey manages to pull it off. Zaz went so big in that round. You never know when Zaz is playing, whether she could pull off some miracle work, and it was so close. That's got to give BMG some hope coming into this 25th round.
It's got to give you some sort of confidence boost, but then again, you're starting to sit there and go, why the hell did we almost lose a 1v3?
Yeah.
It's got to be weighing on their mind.
When she was
One
penned in as
player,
well.
Exactly, on such low HP can pull you towards that situation. It says something about the caliber of game we're getting towards. 13-10 right now, Ubinited bringing it back on the CT side. Bad Monkey Gaming struggling after a couple of good rounds to start converting further, but that is going to help. Die goes down to Zaz, and that could be the A side open and looking vulnerable as Giuliano will make her way around towards quad. One player retracts back to pit, but no, Miss Harvey waits, peeks out, but gets dealt with by Irene. And now Goose waits patiently for more, but oh, Irene again spins and gets it. And this is looking like BMG are going to make it to 14.
Yeah, that AWP coming into play from Sonya as well. That takes down Potter and Dim. Last person standing. She's going to run away. Get herself, hide, and try and hold on to that rifle. Money's not too bad for Ubinited. They should be okay. Should be able to rebuy for the next round. But this will be 14-10 now. And Zaz is going looking. See if she can track down Dim. She's not exactly in an unknown position, if it were. And Zaz may well find it straight into a 1-on-1. Dim will have the angle. And Zaz not going to be looking in the right direction. Dim will get at least one exit kill. Will she get the second? Nope. Vilga runs her down, and that's the rifle out of her hands.
So, looking at this now, 14-10, one more round for BMG, and they are on match point. Not just map, they get to pick it all up. So, a lot of money with them. And, well, the CT side getting what they can. Slightly limited overall still with a Famus there. No smokes or flashes with Miss Harvey. It's close enough to being good, but in these situations, sometimes you just want that perfect amount of money, but not to be the case in this. They hold on. It might just reset everything. It may just reset that mentality. Let's see what they can do here. Last time it was that opening by Zaz that certainly made it a lot easier. This time Goose not fancying her chances, going to play slightly more passive, and these two, even on the other side, we're going head-to-head here. It's a great 1v1 battle, and Goose does not have an easy time of it.
At 14-10, this could well be match point for BMG if they were to get in here. Zaz, once again, trying to see if they're opening, and again it is a quad push, but Miss Harvey this time has the better of Giuliano as she peeks around that corner. Sonya could well be walking into that laser accurate M4A1, but Sonya does manage to get the kill. Zaz hops down and straight away surprises Goose, gets herself into pit. Now Sonya gets herself a second on the board. Potter trying to rotate and trying to get in there. Will find Sonya. That's the bomb carrier down. Dim also has the angle covered. This is a good rotation from Ubinited. They have this covered, considering the bomb plant not down yet. They realize that BMG, they have to make moves and try and get onto that site, but Ubinited playing this one defensively. They will hear that bomb plant. They know that Zaz is going to go for it, and again, they creep ever so closer. 2-on-2. Vilga and Zaz versus Potter and Dim. Potter peeks across, tries to check the angles. A bit of pre-firing. They realize that somebody's going to have to be close. That draws their attention across the apps. Potter is going to get pulled in. Realizes Zaz must be close by, but Zaz had the angle trained, knew exactly what was coming because of the information from Vilga. And that is match point for BMG.
Huge round now coming in. CT side strapped for cash, down to just pistols. 5.7s a CZ. They do have armor, they do have some smokes and flashes, but this is going to be tough. And we know how BMG like to play this. Last time they went straight up mid, flashed it, went to CT arch, and then wrapped around to site. However, it looks like they're going to switch up this time. Maybe not fancying going for that one again, and now it gives Dim a chance, but it was a slim one, and Vilga dealt with her well as Potter goes in with the CZ, does get the spray down towards Irene. Just about made it back and got the smoke off, but in the end, Sonya did get the kill, and we're down to a retake now, 3v4, just pistols, make it 3v2, Die and Goose, the last two alive. It looks like BMG are going to the finals.
Yeah, this is all on Die and Goose to keep Ubinited in this. The American hopes against the Swedish shattering dreams. Of course, we've already seen Fnatic take that one for Sweden. BMG, they're going to be looking to get into the final, maybe pick up another trophy for Sweden. There it is. Well, of course, it's Zaz that closes it out. Zaz ending that game with 33 frags, dropping the 30 bomb. Fantastic stuff Really well played by Bad Monkey Gaming. A solid first match on Mirage was countered very well by Cash from Ubinited, but Inferno was all about BMG. And that CT first half, once again, another first half performance coming out from the ladies.
And well played all in all to both sides, though. It was great to see not only Cash can be played by the American teams, they got so close on Inferno into these rounds. It was just in the end I felt that it kind of tumbled away from them a little bit. The momentum that was built up, Zaz constantly opening these rounds up, whether it be in apps or it be a couple of solo pushes here or there. It was just always seemed to be such an issue. But we saw some brilliant moments, almost 1v3 happening. Potter's performance actually picking up drastically with the AWP in the second map there. And Miss Harvey obviously closing out such an important round for them. So many moments in this game I think will be remembered for some time. It's great to watch these two go to head and finally have a bit of a recent answer, at least, to the question between these two.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. So BMG once again come out on top. They came out on top last time around as well. They're going to be moving through. It will be Bad Monkey Gaming versus CM Storm in the final. CM Storm earlier on taking down Ulsan. 2-0, very clean victory as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle BMG. They've been sat at the side practicing, warming up, watching this matchup, and they're going to be ready for this one. We'll be going into that final in just a few. This is the Intel Challenge here at Katowice.